start with, I'll just show you what I have made here. It's very simple. I like this because you don't have to have any cut files. So you don't have to have a cutting machine to make this project and participate. Anybody can join in. You can make these for cute little gifts. You know, you don't have to put the Memorydex card on there, but that's what I've done here. So I used the paper line. Let me see, I've already gone. Happiness is homemade. I just love this paper. I've been looking for a good reason to use it. It's by Echo Park, I believe. I've had it in my stash for a while, and I just thought it was so cute. Like, I love all the colors. Those are crafty colors that I kind of lean toward anyway. The pinks and the turquoise. Just, I don't know, crafting brings out my girly side. So I made this cute little mini loaded envelope with the Memorydex card base. It has a small front pocket to put some goodies in, and then a slightly larger pocket here. And then I made two rosettes, layered rosettes, to go inside for my swap partner. That will be one of the requirements for the swap. And then I left out all my other goodies because I wanted to be a surprise. But anyway, so I've just layered it up with a rosette and some sentiments from the collection. Same here. Put a little pom-pom trim and some lace and pom-poms. That's the front. See the side? I dented it a little bit when I put my rosettes in there. And then that's the back on this one. So just really simple and easy. And I've got all the pieces cut out, and I'll give you measurements. Let's get started on making this. You're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock. This time I only used the Michaels cardstock. I think it's like an 80-pound cardstock, which I feel like is fine for this because you don't want it to be too heavy for your project. I did make 2 Memorydex cards. They're 3 by 4. I did use 110-pound cardstock. I'm going to layer 2 of these together to make a sturdy base. And then you're also going to need 2 decorative papers to cover the front and the back of your Memorydex card. So you can, use a die for this. You can use your Silhouette or your Cricut, or, just make your own for the Memorydex card base. Okay, so you're going to start out with, I used 8.5 by 11 cardstock. You're going to cut down one of those pieces to 4 inches by 11 inches. And then you're going to score on the 11-inch side, you're going to score at 5.5. And that's going to be for your main pocket of your loaded envelope. Now, to make the sides, I cut 2 little gussets from the same cardstock. So your side gussets are going to measure 1.5 by 5.5 inches. And then on the 1.5 side, you're going to score at 1/4 inch, 3/4 an inch, and 1 1/4 inch. So then, see I've already scored all this ahead of time just to save time. So score that. You're going to need 2. And then you're going to fold them like this, okay? It's going to be a mountain valley fold. And on your mountain, you want that fold to go inside your pocket. So it'll go like this. Okay? Now, you can use double-sided tape. Let me pull this down. Or you can use glue to do your pockets. Glue lets you have a little more wiggle room, not wiggle worm, wiggle room in putting your envelope together. So I'm going to use art glitter glue. Get it open here. All right. So I'm just going to put some glue down the side. And I'm going to press it to the back first. Now this is the only somewhat, it's not hard, it's just, you got to be careful there because you only have a 1/4 inch to fasten it to. So you need to make sure you get those edges lined up. Put it down. Trying to stay in camera and see what I'm doing here. Here we go. I'm going to take my bone folder and make sure that that is really adhering well. And I'm going to do the other side, the back first. Remember, you want this big, your mountain fold, to go inside your pocket. You don't want that to stick out. And again, trying to get it flush to the edge. It's going to be the hardest part. You might have a little bit stick up from your gussets that might need trimming off. That's okay. This is going to be a quick and easy project for you. That side was a little crooked. There we go. All right, get that burnished in there well. I'm going to fold that again just to get it down a little. Now see, when I put my pocket together, my front goes down a little bit. So I'm just going to take my paper trimmer and trim all of that off once I have it put together. Probably pushed it too far down in there, but that's okay. We'll fix it. And put glue. Just going to do one side at a time. Make sure I get that on there good and lined up. Just refold the bottom. I stuck my gussets down a little far. If I had left them up just a smidge, this would have folded a little bit better. I think that's what I did on the original. Again, just putting some glue down this end. Like I said, you can use tape. I prefer glue for this part because, like I said, getting that edge lined up, you kind of need a little wiggle room to get that quite right. Burnish that down. Trying to get that edge straight. Okay, and see, you have just a smidge hanging off here. I don't like that back and these gussets sticking up. So I am going to trim that off, and I'm just going to use my scissors. You can use your paper trimmer if you like. My blade's getting dull, so I don't know if it'll cut all the way through the gussets all the way to the back. So there we go. So just trim the top off smooth if need be. So there you have your main pocket, and you can pick which side you want to be the front and the back. You can see I did a little score boo-boo there, but that's okay. That's going to be covered up. I'm going to make that the back. Okay, so that's our main pocket. Okay, and then for your front pocket, you're going to need a 3.25 by 4.5 piece of paper. On the 3.25 side, you're going to score at 1/4 and 3. And then on the 4.5 side, you're going to score at 4.25. So like this. You don't need to do this. So you just want to score 3 sides. I think I wrote on my 4 sides, but you only want to score 3 sides. You want to score 1/4 inch in on each end of your piece of paper, and then at the bottom. So I didn't put gussets on this front pocket because this is going on a memory dex card, so I didn't want to put too much weight coming forward on the project. I did go ahead and put score tape on here, so I'm going to take that off. I said I was. Okay, so I'm going to get my main pocket. I want to line up Oh, I forgot to trim the corners. So on your little pocket, you're just gonna, that score line right there, you just want to trim that corner off on both sides. The way it folds in easier. Okay, so I'm going to line up the end. Let's see. So this is the bottom of my front pocket, or main pocket, and then I'm putting the front pocket on. So I just want to line that up with the bottom. Okay, just like so. Then I'm going to tuck in my sides. That's why we cut those little corners off, so they would tuck in nicely. I'm going to start at the bottom, since I have tape, and work my way up. Bottom, and work my way up. And it's off-centered. Okay, so let's try to pull that off. Get that fixed on there a little bit. It's a little bit smaller than the main pocket, and that's okay. My other project was too, but that's all right. I kind of liked the little leftover pink hang off the sides. That's why I made it as wide as that did. Let's try that again. Okay. There we go. Now it's centered. All right. So that's what it's going to look like. That's just your base. Like I said, you can use heavier weight cardstock if you want. I use this because I have lots of it. I have lots of colors, and we're going to be layering it up. So I felt like this was heavy enough to be on a Memorydex card. Okay. Now for the pretty stuff for your main and front pocket. So I've cut 2 panels, one for the front and one for the back of my Memorydex. So this one will just slide down in, and you can glue it down. You can trim some off if you want more hanging off at the top. I think I might actually. Okay, for this front pocket, I have a little piece here. It's 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. And I'm just going to glue that on the front of the smaller pocket. Just going to center that up. I like leaving the little pink edge. You can make yours bigger if you want. And then I am going to layer this up again with another just little border piece. But I want to make it pop up a bit. So I'm going to use some foam tape, if I can find it. All right, I'm going to use some foam tape on the back of this piece, just to give it a little more oomph, a little added dimension. I love this foam tape. I actually scored a ton of it not long ago, so I have it in several sizes. It's just the first one I found to grab. I'm going to put 3 pieces across the back. Okay. So I'm going to put it facing this way. So I think I'm going to put my embellishment over here. And again, I'm just going to try to center that up on there. So that gives it a little more dimension. Okay, so there's the front. I'm going to sketch that out. I'm going to take my Memorydex cards. Remember, I have 2 that are 110-pound cardstock. I'm going to glue those together. I just want this to be thicker for the support for the loaded envelope. And I have two of my decorative pieces. Let's say I have two. I only see one laying here. Oh, me. What have I done? Oh, well, we're just going to rule with it here. Okay. Now I can either put it on like this, or do I want the plaid showing? I love double-sided papers. I love the options it gives you. I feel like that's too much plaid with the plaid right there. So I'm going to go with the side that has the jars on it. Just make sure that matches up with the cutouts. Okay. You can see now I didn't have those quite together right. There we go. It's okay. I'm going to cover it up with the decorative paper. Okay. All right. And then I'm just going to glue that down. So I only want about, we're going to say an inch or a little more so that my jars are seen at the bottom of my Memorydex card showing at the bottom. Okay, so there's the front, just very simple. Now I'm going to work on the back. I have decorative paper again, double-sided I can choose from. I'm going to layer this one on top this time. See which one I want the back to be. Let me go with the jars again. I like the little canisters. Just because I have that strip of red plaid, I don't want to use the yellow plaid at the bottom like I did on my original one. So I'm going to cover the back of the Memorydex card first. And then I'm going to take my decorative panel. You can layer this up as much as you want as far as decorative panels. I'm going to do another one actually on top of this. So I'll have 3 layers for my decorative panels. Again, we're just kind of eyeballing it, trying to make it centered. There we go. So there's the back. I also have this little sentiment from the collection, little card. I think I'm going to stick that on there too. Or do I like that? I don't know. Decisions. I think I'll leave that for now. Okay. You could always make another little pocket here, but like I said, this is for a Memorydex swap, so I was trying to keep it. I don't want it to get too bulky because it's going to have to set up. Okay. And then I will show you on the original one. I have some pom-pom details here and here. I'm actually out of my pom-pom trim in the white. I had it in other colors, but none that really match with my project. But anyway, you can see that I added pom-poms here. I'll probably get some more to add to this one. But I do have the lace. So what I did with the lace is I started here. So I have about an inch wide piece of lace. And I'm going to start in my fold so that, and I'm going to pop my fold out when I glue my lace on. I've got my hot glue gun all heated up. I'm going to attach my lace. I like to start in the fold. That way my inseam is in the fold. And I'm just going to hot glue a little at a time. I try to put that center seam of my lace on my glue line. Kind of hides it a little bit. Now, when you're gluing your lace or trim in the fold, I like to pop my fold out so that the lace doesn't get stuck, like it won't allow you to open your envelope up all the way. So I open mine when I'm gluing down my lace or fabric trim. I'm just trying to line that up across the top. I like the lace sticking up above it a little bit. Just think that's cute. We have been dealing with nasty weather here in Kentucky the last 2 weeks. We had an ice storm. Then we had 2 rounds of snow in the same week, and that's a lot of winter weather all at once for Kentucky. It's the most we've seen in a few years. So I haven't gone anywhere, which is why I don't have any more pom-pom trim yet to finish this off. I plan on making a trip to Hobby Lobby tomorrow, so I'm sure I'll pick up some goodies then. Okay, so I've got my lace on. Now on my original one, this is where I would go back and then do the layer of the pom-pom trim on top of the lace in here. So I'm either going to add that or I'll find something else to put on there. But we're going to keep on moving. So I have gone ahead and made some little pieces to add that I might want to use on this one. Just from the paper collection that I thought were cute. I put some double-sided tape on some of them. So this is the name of the line. It's always at the bottom of the paper. And I always like to try to cut that off and use that somewhere on my project. So I'm going to start with my little pom-poms, or my little, I'm sorry, rosette sentiment here. And on here it says, kitchen, the heart of the home. Thought that was cute. I don't know about your house, but at my house it's definitely where we all tend to gravitate toward together. Even when I have friends over, we hang out in my kitchen. So I thought that was appropriate. Okay, because I'm going to put stuff here, I don't want to put a sentiment that's going to pop up there. So I just did a double layer on the plaid, and this word says fabulous. It was part of one of the little cutouts. It's just one of the cutouts from the collection. So I put some double-sided tape on the back that's just flat, and I'm going to put that right there. Just eyeball it, center it up as best I can. Like I said, I'm going to stuff some things in this pocket, so I didn't want anything here to pop up and be in the way. This one says "Lovin' from the oven." I thought that was cute. I think I might stick it down here and maybe add some flowers or something around it later on. Maybe just some little sequins. That'd be cute, little jewels. Okay, so there's the front. You can layer it up however you want with your little decorative pieces. And on the back, I still can't decide if I want to do this or not. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to put "Happiness is Homemade" down here at the bottom. I've got some foam tape on it so it will stick up some. Put it down here, kind of on that plaid there. And I think I'm going to call this one done. I don't think I want to put the flower. I like this paper a lot, so I don't want to cover that up. So there we go. Simple and easy. And then, like I said, you can make rosettes. I made 2. And I wasn't really thinking about the size of my rosettes when I made them and how they would fit in there. So instead of 2 like this, smaller ones, which you can easily make, I made 2 larger ones and just put on back to back in my packaging. And they'll just slide right down in there. So there we go. There's your tutorial. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, feel free to message me and I'll try to help you out. Thanks for watching.